Hey, what's up, YouTubers, toy nuts, and toy collectors? This is Odie, better known as Starscream 1988, and today is Tuesday, and Tuesdays are my toy hauls. So, without further ado, let's check it out. Now, before I show you my toy haul, and as you can see here, this is sideways in front of you. Today is September 11th, Tuesday, and I just wanted to say real quick to every man and woman out there, service-wise, Army, Air Force, Navy, Marines, Coast Guard. I just want to say, guys, thank you so much for being there for us and for protecting our shores and stuff like that. So, because I mean, if it wasn't for them policing the world, really, it'd probably be a lot worse out there. So again, I'm not trying to sound all cheesy or anything. I do have family in the military. I have quite a few uncles and cousins and stuff like that. So I do want to thank every single one of you guys. So stay safe out there, guys. Love you all. So anyway, as you can see here from the front, this is the Transformers Armada sideways with his two little mini cons, and their names are like poof, they just like blew out of my mind right now. And it's funny too because I had the instruction manual in my hand and I just don't know what I did with it. But anyway, sideways is really cool. If you saw last week my review of Rapid Run and Rook, of Night Cruise and Night Scream, then this is what I reviewed, and this is how I found out about this toy. I think I might have seen it a long time ago when they first came out, but I didn't really pay too much attention, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh wow, I really like this toy. It's really cool. So actually I just remember one of the mini cons, and I believe its name is Rook. I just can't remember which one. So sideways, Rook, and somebody, and then this is Rapid Run. This is Night Scream, and then Night Cruise on the bottom there. But yeah, so this is a real cool toy. This is the Energon version. That's the Armada version, like I said. I don't know if they're actually the same character. Maybe they just share the same bodies or whatever. But I think this is actually the same Sideways from the Cybertron toy line, and he changed into like a bat-looking thing. But no matter what, Sideways is always I think he's a Decepticon, but he can also be an Autobot and all that. And then I explained it more when I did that review on Rapid Run there. So I hope I didn't mess up the names. But anyway, so again, I picked this up last week. This is this week's toy haul. So let's put these bad boys to the side. Again, very cool. Another real cool Transformer that I picked up this week. I had seen this a whole bunch of times in the store back in the day. This is from the Revenge of the Fallen line. And this is Stratosphere. And what's real cool about Stratosphere, he is probably one of the very few toys that has a 1-to-1 ratio in terms of it being like very almost authentic. He actually comes with this little Optimus Prime there, as you can see, and he is freaking tiny. As you can see, that's one of my fingers, and I can literally cover him with one finger. It's like almost like a micro machine, which is pretty cool. But yeah, this is the jet that Optimus Prime jumps from in the movie, and you can actually place him on the back there. He has a ramp and he comes out and everything. So I think in real life, I think that the truck might be just a little bit bigger, but it's on point. They did a really good job on this. So I mean, that's really awesome. I only say that because I used to work in the airport, and I know trucks were a little bit bigger, unless these things are like fortresses. So that might be the issue why it's, it is what it is, the way it looks. So, but again, this is very cool toy. On the secondary market, it's ridiculous. This is $60, $70, $80 toy sometimes. So they're very hard to come by because they didn't make a lot of these. So, and I just didn't buy it the first time because, again, I probably picked up Optimus first and Jazz and all that crap. And so you kind of miss out on cool toys like that. Another acquisition that I picked up, there was a lot of toys that came in, but I tend to be a little bit more picky now, just because I'm running out of characters to grab just because I have so many. So this here is Ironhide. This is another version of Ironhide that I had missed out on. I had seen it a couple times, but it was always $24.99 or $29.99. So I kind of kept passing on it. And when I finally saw it on clearance, or heard that it was on clearance, I went to a Toys R Us and they were all gone. And they were selling them, I think, for $12.50 with Bludgeon. And the Bludgeon I was able to pick up for the $12.50. They had plenty of those. They just didn't have any more of these. But this is real cool. This is Ironhide, as you can see here. What's cool about this Ironhide, unlike the gray version, the black version, or the subsequent versions that have come out, is that he has a lot of so he's almost like battle armor ready, as you can see there. So his back window is now covered up with like a mesh, steel mesh, I would say, where the window would be. Now it has like a flap, very kind of like G.I. Joe looking, or obviously very military looking. It has battle armor right there on the doors. Hopefully you can kind of see that molding. Obviously on the same thing on the other side. And he's just loaded. I mean, the front bar is ridiculous. He has the fog lights in the top there. He has that nice huge rifle. He has this gun right there. He has a couple set of knives right there. His hand weapons are a little bit more smaller, so they look, I think, a little bit better when you transform him into a robot. So he's very, very, very cool looking. The only thing I don't like on this toy is the paint scheme. I don't like the silver. This is the original. Just for a quick comparison, I know this is a toy haul, but because it's going to be such a small one, I figured I'd do a little toy comparison at the same time. As you can see, this is the original one. So again, this is more street urban, has windows and whatever not. So it's a big difference in terms of you know, how they made this extra molding to make it look that more rugged. So that's pretty cool. I want to say this is a Nest vehicle, but I'm not 100%. So it might be or might not be. But if you guys remember the Nest collection, it was maybe like 16 total figures. And there was like a Bumblebee, there was a Sideways, not Sideways, I'm sorry, Sideswipe. A couple other guys, Megatron, Optimus Prime. So I think this is a Nest vehicle, but I'm not 100%, I can't remember. But anyway, so that was another acquisition that I picked up this week. This I've owned for a long time. Another real cool vehicle that I picked up this week was another redeco of Brawn, and this is another one I did not own. Very, very cool. I now have the original green. I have the one that's kind of like a different camel kind of tan, and then I have this one with the camel, but it's like the striped camels, you know. So this is my third Brawn. I think there's a fourth one out there in terms of redeco, so I'm just gonna have to check on that. But again, very cool. I do like this mold. I think it's a really cool mold. The only thing I don't own are the leader class bronze yet, so hopefully someday I'll be able to find both of those, the desert and the regular green version. Staying on tank mode here, or tank toys, here is another redeco of Megatron, which is really cool. There's a green version of this, and now I was able to find the white version of this. And I want to say, I think this came in the 2-pack with another Optimus Prime, but I could be wrong. Maybe it was sold separately like this. It might have been sold in the Generations line, Classics line. So I'm just going to have to do some research. I'm sure by the time I do the research, somebody will probably send me the email telling me where it came from. So that'll be fine. But yeah, so this is really cool. I like this color a lot more than the green version. So there you go. So that was Megatron. Here is Optimus Prime, and this Optimus Prime, I'm hoping that I don't own one. Again, I'm trying to be a little bit more choosy. I just, you know, I believe there was like a total of 65 Transformers came in, you know, through a couple different people selling them at the store, and so obviously he called me in, and I went to check everything out. So I picked what I needed. I hope this isn't my third one. I usually go for 2 Optimus Primes, no matter which color it is. So I'm hoping that I don't own it, but if I do, then I guess I'll, you know, it'll be a redeco. I'll do my own custom, I should say. So that's that. That's Optimus. For sure, I knew that I only had one of these. So here's another Optimus Prime. And I think I showed you this one maybe 2 weeks ago, or maybe I thought I did, but I lost. This might be one of the Transformers that I lost the video on when I did my move, or prior to, or a little after the move. But this is the one with the tattoos. Very cool, Optimus Prime, with the Japanese writing there, as you can see. Like I said, I do have one of these, but I believe he's missing this whole assembly here, so that kind of sucks. So at least I have now one that's 100%. And you know, it's all good. I mean, I get these for so cheap. I pay for all these Optimus Prime $10 each, so that's pretty good. If I find a third version that's 100% complete, then yeah, I'll sell the one that's missing parts. I think the one that I picked up that was missing parts, I think I probably got it for $5. So it's not too bad. I mean, I don't mind picking up toys once in a while if they're super cheap and if they're missing a weapon or two. It's not a big deal. I mean, it's a big deal because I want everything to be 100%. But when you're picking up huge lots and you're getting toys at $5, $6, $7, $10 each, and you know they make a huge cluster of a collection for you, and they give you a good price, you just can't pass it up. So you might as well just take everything. So, but again, yeah, that was another Optimus Prime. Put that guy to the side there, and then second last two but not least is Another Optimus Prime, and then this is actually First Strike Optimus Prime. This is my favorite Optimus Prime in the Voyager line, only because it looks like a G1 Optimus Prime. I mean, it could have been a little bit more redder. Obviously, it's almost orange. It's kind of like an orange red, whatever, but it does have that single stripe, so it looks really cool. So it's a nice homage to the original G1 toy. So I like this one a lot. Unfortunately, I owned this a long time ago. I had it mint in box, but I believe it was my daughter's brother's little birthday party, and I needed a quick gift, so I wrapped that up in something else that I had picked up. And so he had the very first version that I had picked up of him. So I don't have a second version of this, so I'm down to one to get, so I can have my two Optimus Primes in this particular color. That's pretty cool. But yeah, very nice toy, as all Optimus Primes are. And then last but not least, I picked up this guy here. I always try to at least pick up one G1 if they come in. It's not a very cool G1. I mean, in terms of character, yes, it is a cool G1, but this is actually Action Master, so it's not a real per se Transformer. It is in the fact that, yes, it's Blaster, but it doesn't really transform. It's just kind of like, this was, again, towards the end of the line. I want to say this is 1990, Wave 7 or Series 7. But, yeah, it doesn't do anything other than, the knees bend, the legs do move. It's on a boy joint, just kind of like G.I. Joes and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. No rubber band, though, which is cool. Yeah, there's no elbow articulation. They all come with either big funky weapons or weapons that transform. This one in particular is just this kind of like weird looking gun, I guess, or something. And then you just basically press that button right there, and that pops out, and that's kind of like part of like the rifle. Then you can take this and you open it up like that. I don't know if this is supposed to be jet wings or is it like a crossbow. I don't know. You can make believe whatever it is. So I'm assuming that this is maybe jet mode, maybe, just because you can plug it right there. So maybe he can fly. I don't know. He can do whatever you want, I guess. But if you want to put him in his arm as a weapon, unfortunately, he can't really hold it, even though there are Action Masters that come with smaller weapons to hold. With him, you just kind of plug it right there. And plug it right there. And there you go. And that is basically it. So again, folks, this was Toy Haul for the week of, I want to say 30, it's 30 something. We'll leave it at 30 something, and obviously you'll see on top of the border what week it really was. But this is, again, September 11. You guys take care. Thank you for watching, and as always, rate, subscribe, and comment. You guys take care. Peace. Later, Blaster.